Hi, my name's Farakh Masood from True Green Energy Group. It's my pleasure today to host the Bionature Podcast. I'm joined by
Mark Carter from Bionature, one of the directors. The other boys can't be here, but they promised they're going to come and see us in Jan Feb and come and get on the stage. So we're excited to see those boys.
Oh, it'd be nice to hear some other opinions.
Yeah, well, they've got some of those.
I understand so.
Don't worry.
So I'm coming at this from a sustainability and environmental angle, but with a very pragmatic approach, Mark. So don't think of me as the enemy here. But I believe, and I know, everything we have, touch, eat, consume, only comes from two sources. Only comes from either mining or farming. I include hydrocarbons in mining. And right now, I think with a move towards veganism, with the move towards stop oil, there's a lot of controversy.
I love watching those stop oil people.
Well, especially
great,
when they glue themselves with hydrocarbon-based products. I think it's phenomenal.
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
No, well, interestingly, Farakh, we're all about less is more. That's what we do with our products.
Yeah.
There's the efficiency of our strapline is delivering crop nutrition, because the way the products work directly into the leaf, they're so efficient. There's no other product like it on the market. So that's what we're all about. When you're talking about sustainability, we're right with you. That's what we do.
Yeah. I mean, it's wonderful. I mean, Bionature, it's in the name, isn't it, really? But the general feeling, I think, amongst the current, shall we say, younger generation, certainly younger than us,
That's not difficult, is it?
Well, it's not. That the mining, and I speak of mining because I work in that field, but the agricultural sector is certainly not one that I think, first of all, people think of it as a bit of the devil, and also maybe the younger generation aren't as motivated or interested to get involved in it. Would you say that was true?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at agriculture, the hours are not sociable. It's not seen as, it's not hip and trendy, is it? It's not like working in the city or.
But the instant the instant reaction by people is that they're ruining the countryside, or what they're doing.
We're feeding the world.
Exactly.
We're feeding the nation.
That's what they're doing. I know. Where else are we going to get it from?
It's probably the most important job in the world.
Would they rather import it from China?
Probably.
Yeah. It's
probably.
It's a very interesting subject, I think. But what Bionature is bringing to the table is a very simple part, without being too intrusive, would you say, into the overall life cycle of the crop that the farmer's working with?
Well, it's like I've said before. It's very simple what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're getting less out of more,
and just getting it in there.
And we're then feeding. You look at the world records we hold in yield in itself. It's massive.
Yeah.
So it's a simple story, but it's getting your story across, isn't it? And making everyone aware of who we are and what we're trying to achieve.
Yes, and not just the farmers, but hopefully a broader audience, understanding that you're on side with the farmers and working with them so that, as exactly as you say, they can get more from less.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think that's a really important message.
Yep. Part of what we wanted to do was to, hence Bionature, we wanted to grow our business by using biostimulants.
Right.
Hence Bionature. This was quite a few years ago now with a company, and we realised that we couldn't make biostimulants work all the time. So I'm not sure, as we didn't have the right scientist or knowledge, but we went to farmers with our biostimulants for 2 years, maybe 3 years, and we just couldn't get consistent results.
Right.
So what we did, we met a company, a Spanish company called Ecoculture, and hence we started promoting their products around the UK, and instantly it was a different story in that everyone saw the results straight away, and it was a much easier product, A, for us to sell, and B, for the farmer to use.
And that's in arable mainly?
Yeah. All arable.
Yeah.
So Bionature, you might say, where's the bio?
Yeah, well,
you that's what you're thinking. But when you look at our products, our main nitrogen product, there is very little nitrogen in it. It's all about the formulation, the way it works, and that is why we're very happy to keep the name Bionature. We've had many a discussion of should we change it, should we not, and everyone we speak to, it works for us because of the cleanliness of the products and the efficiency. So,
in the sustainability sort of, well, apart from that, so I'm assuming that because it uses less nitrogen, it reduces the amount of nitrogen leached into the watercourse. Would that be correct? Or overall, given the same amount of usage, there's less released into the environment.
Yeah, so using our products, you still have to use bag fertiliser.
Yeah.
You have to use bag fertiliser if you want a yield that is going to be worthwhile. Okay, our products will not be good enough alone. Yes, you will get a yield, but it won't be enough. So
So it's an additive.
What our product does, it enhances the roots. So you're going to get a much larger root mass. So by using our products, our Delta product first, if you like, and we're here in January, so as soon as you can travel, you would apply our Delta, and 3 weeks later you would see that root mass. So then what happens is the farmer goes on with his bagged nitrogen, and of course, because of the root mass, you're getting much better nitrogen use efficiency from your bagged M.
So that more of that's going into the plant itself.
Massive, absolutely massive. And where some people are falling down is that they're putting the bagged nitrogen on first and then putting our products on second. And it's the wrong way around.
Right.
So it's just an education thing and just chatting and getting to know how to use the products in the best way. So that, when you talk about nitrogen use efficiency, that's the first thing you have to get your head around. The Delta first, followed by your bagged nitrogen. Now,
and do they use the same amount of bagged nitrogen, or for the same yield? Let me try and simplify it if I can. So, if you think we sponsor Tim Lowerman, the world record, Mr. Great guy actually.
Mr. Big irritates me because people want to speak to him more than they do me. Yeah. But he's got 18 tons of wheat out of his fields. Okay, so he knows how to do it. What he doesn't do, he doesn't cut back on his bagged nitrogen. He'll put more on. He'll put over 300 kilos of bagged nitrogen on, which is massive.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to do that. Absolutely fine. Everyone's got their own way, their own ideas. The norm is 180 kilos to 220.
Right. The norm.
The problem then is, how much lower can I go?
Yeah.
And that's why you've got to. It's very easy for me to say to a farmer, use our products, reduce your bagged nitrogen by 50%, and you will get X return.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that. Farming does not work like that. So you have to start using it, reduce on your own farm whatever you feel like you're comfortable with, and then see your results. And that's how we've grown into the Tim Lowerman world of let's try and achieve record-breaking yields. Well, to do that, you've got to put something into your crop. You've got to feed your crop.
Yeah.
If you want your average yield, you've got to then weigh up the maths of how much is bagged nitrogen, how much are you prepared to use.
And of course, I mean, at Bionature, you'd help with those sort of
absolutely
discussions anyway.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, but the return on investment, what it sounds like, can be controlled to a certain extent by the farmer themselves, by deciding how they want to play the game at that point.
Some of it is risk management as well, isn't
Sure.
it? And on a lot of farms, we sit down with the agronomist, the farmer, myself, and have that discussion on risk reward. Really,
Yeah.
bearing in mind that we're going into a spring which is a little bit unprecedented. So we're still not quite sure.
Yeah.
What's going to get drilled yet. So we've also got to be mindful of that, because the later we go, the harder it's going to be.
So would the Bionature product, does it reduce the amount of time that you have to with your crop in the ground, or does it make it longer, for example? So if we're having to wait for the initial the initial root mass to build,
no, we can't speed the life cycle up. No.
So that just
no. We'll make it greener. We'll give it more biomass, rooting, and the crop, more tillers, more branching. We'll do all that, but we can't.
because I was thinking because it's been so wet that the later that they get opportunity to drill, that will have a knock-on effect. I was thinking.
Well, normally with yield.
But then to the farming, I'm a layman for farming, I must admit. So, I can't say too much about it. But the ethos behind Bionature, as you've said, to keep the bio nature, because that's not your only product. Delta isn't your only product. Obviously.
No. So we've got 6 other products, and one, for example, that we use in a lot of vegetables, a calcium product. Again, very little calcium in it, but calcium is very immobile, and ours is, and that's the ecoculture. That's the ecoculture scientist that can make all that happen, and that's why our Calflux is on. It's probably growing as fast as what Delta is.
Right, really.
Oh yeah.
So it's it's using less but better, or using it more effectively.
Yeah.
It's just helping the.
It's the delivery mechanism.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
It's quite interesting how that science would work. Actually, it must have taken a lot of people in white coats and a lot smarter than we are to be able to work that out.
Are you saying that I could?
I'm not.
No, I know when you start talking with your hands. Good.
No, that's interesting. And so also sort of the soil health long term, and I instead of concentrating necessarily on Delta, but your range of products that you have. the long-term effect, let's say over a 3-year period of using your range of products necessarily in the areas, is there a benefit there?
We're just about to do our second year of trials with some humic and fulvic acids to help with that. We're in year one, which has been very encouraging, but we want to do at least 3 years before we bring that out. People are playing with them. Is there a place for them in the market? There probably is, but we need some data to go out to farmers before we can make
pilot tests, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone was wanting a pilot test, I'm sure you'd be able to help them
Yeah, I'm
out
sure
with
we
that.
could do something. We're going to get some product in soon, and so if somebody was interested, in potatoes, we're looking at placing it in the ridge, in the bottom of the ridge, underneath the potato. So there's a bit of work to go on there yet. But yes,
That does sound very interesting.
Yeah,
It really does.
Yeah.
I guess the potential for that's going to be
But we
huge.
just need another year for some more data.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Right, so Mark, if I was a farmer, how would that process work of me after I've contacted you? What would happen then?
Sure, yeah. I don't see you ever being a farmer.
Well,
you just wouldn't.
The only times I go on farms is for shoots. That's it.
So to get in touch, that's simple. I'll give the details in a minute here. I think just important to say there's not only me in this team.
Of course,
there's the scientist, the agronomist, the farmer, myself. It's all everyone's got their own ideas of how it fits in with a farm, and it's very important that it's discussed first, really. It's very easy for me to say, you need to go with 2.5 litres of Delta right now. You can't do that. You need to understand what stage the farm's at and what stage the crop's at. So it's a team thing.
It's just so collaborative.
Absolutely.
You'll all get together, have a chat.
Yeah. In most cases,
kind of figure out what the best way for them to move forward is.
Yeah, that's how we've built it. The best way to get in touch is my mobile is 07950 313 704, or the website is www.bionatureagriculture.com, which you'll see these details just there.
Great. Mark, thanks a lot. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye.